what has been found in Oak Island this time? Even the digging team was shocked. As soon as the new episode started, there was a strange silence, and then the camera stops at a place where something heavy was buried under the ground. No map, no hint, but it was clear that something big was hidden. As soon as the team started digging, an old stone structure emerged from under the soil. A structure that had been missing for centuries, but whose stories have always echoed. A team member even said, "If this turns out to be true, then the whole story of Oak Island will change." Now, the question is this the place where that mysterious treasure is hidden? Is this a hidden chamber of the Templar Knights? Or is it a secret that was kept hidden from the world till now? One thing is for sure, what was shown in this episode has never happened before. What is going to happen next will not let you move from the screen. And yes, if you are also interested in discovering such mysteries and treasures, then subscribe to the channel. You won't want to miss the next update. Oak Island's old history and twisted truth. The story of Oak Island begins in the year 1795 on a small Canadian island where some boys saw something strange. The ground had sunk under a tree and it looked as if someone had dug there. Today we call that place Money Pit. Now imagine in the 1700s. 3 teenage boys start digging a pit, and every few feet down they find something that proves that humans had already dug there. Wooden slabs, coconut fibers which cannot be found there, and in some places strange layers of soil. But the biggest shock comes when a coated stone slab is found about 90 feet down. There were some strange symbols on that slab, and when it was later decoded, it read 40 feet below. 2 million lie buried. That is, treasure worth 2 million is buried 40 feet below. That's where the madness of finding the treasure of Oak Island began. Over the centuries, many teams came and excavated, but each time they were either flooded, the tunnels collapsed, or something happened that deepened the mystery. Some people believe that the Templar Knights hid their treasure here. Some say that Shakespeare's original documents are buried here. And some people even believe that there is a secret chamber of a secret society here. Over the years, millions of dollars have been spent. Many lives have been lost, but no concrete answer has been found yet. The biggest special thing about Oak Island is that the more you dig, the more the mystery deepens. And with every excavation, a new theory, a new story comes to light. So the question remains, is all this a rumor, or is there really a secret below that can change history? Excavation. In 2025, new technology, new location. In 2025, the excavation of Oak Island reached a new turn. This time, Rick and Rick Lagina's team started digging at a place where no one had ever paid attention before, the area between Lot 5 and Lot 9. This place had been vacant for years, but this time some data was found that caught everyone's attention. Satellite scans and ground-penetrating radar showed a straight flat surface under the ground which looked like an old structure. The team suspected that there could be a secret room, tunnel, or hidden wall here. The special thing was that this time the team used the most advanced technology for the excavation. First, ground-penetrating radar (GPR) was installed, which estimated the activities up to 100 feet below the ground. After this, lighter scanning was done, which does 3D mapping of the entire site. That is, things that are not visible to the eyes, they also appear on the computer screen. Not only this, techniques like magnetometer surveys and sonic drilling also took part in the work, which helped the team to know what is under the ground: rock, metal, or any hollow space. All these scanning reports indicated the presence of something big at one place. It seemed as if a strong wall or a room made of heavy stones was buried there. Marty clearly told the team, "Now we will work with science, not guesswork." These techniques do not lie. This time the excavation was done very carefully. No heavy machines, no explosions. Everything was dug layer by layer so that whatever is below does not get damaged. Every movement was being recorded with drone cameras, and every section of the excavation was being analyzed live. What was found till now was just a glimpse, but the team was confident that they were very close to something big. Perhaps to that secret whose answer the whole world has been searching for 2 centuries. Something heavy under the ground and then a hidden structure. When the digging began, Everything seemed normal in the beginning. Soil, stones, some old pieces of wood and wet ground. But then suddenly during the digging, there came a moment that took the entire team's breath away. As soon as the tool of an expert excavator hit a solid object, there was a strange sound exactly like the sound that comes when you hit a wall. The team immediately stopped and started cleaning the place. And in a short time, a flat cement-like surface appeared. At first, it seemed that it might be a big rock, but when it was looked at carefully, the shape of the lines became clear, exactly like human construction. After a little more digging, an edge emerged as if it was the wall of a room. There were light marks on the surface. In some places, it also seemed as if it was cut with a tool. By now, the team was convinced that this was not a natural structure, but an old structure built by humans. The matter did not stop at just the wall. As the digging deepened, a corner opened up, which looked like a threshold or a door, and this is where the suspense deepened. Marty himself said in front of the camera that this is the most solid thing we have found in Oak Island so far. This is not just a clue. It could be an entry point, a way to the treasure. It was also clear in Rick's eyes that the matter was different this time. There was something special about this structure, that texture, that angle, that curved corner. Everything was planned. Now, the biggest question in front of the team was, is there a secret room hidden behind this wall? Is this the same place which has been mentioned for centuries? Or is this a tunnel revealing the layers of a big conspiracy? When that big and strong structure was found during the excavation at Oak Island, the biggest question for the team was, what is this? Was it built by some ancient civilization or is it just a play of nature? No one understood at first glance. But as more layers of that structure were removed, doubts started turning into belief. The layers of stones that were found were absolutely straight in a perfect line. And the biggest thing, every stone seemed to be of the same size and shape as if someone had measured and cut them. If this was natural, then there would not have been such a perfect pattern. Moreover, the gap between the stones was also equal, as if someone had stacked them like bricks. The experts present there immediately said, natural rocks are never found in such clean lines. Now the team's attention went to those surfaces where faint marks and signals of cutting were visible. At some places, it also seemed as if some tool had been used on them. Not only this, the pieces of wood that were found in the soil were also found to be connected to this structure. That wood was not of today's age. It was estimated that it could be from around 1600 or 1700. If this is true, then it clearly means that this structure has definitely been touched by human hands. Some people were saying that it could be a part of an old warehouse, while some felt that it could be a chamber built to protect the treasure. But the question still remained the same. Who were the people who built it? Were they Templar Knights or were they members of some other secret society who hid this place centuries ago? One thing was certain. This was not a mere pile of rocks. There is a story behind it. There is a purpose. And this purpose was going to become the biggest discovery of Oak Island. When that strong stone wall came in front, and the digging was carried out along its sides, the team's eyes got stuck on a strange place. There was a corner which seemed different from the rest of the structure. The soil there was a little loose, and there was a movement like air from that part. It seemed as if there was a hollow space inside. The team suspected that this could be an old door or a path which leads to a hidden chamber or tunnel inside. Rick immediately ordered to open that part slowly, and work should be done with hands instead of machines so that no damage is done. As the digging of that part progressed, a small gap appeared between the walls. The team inserted a camera in it. A small fiber optic camera that can go even in narrow places. When the footage of the camera came on the monitor, everyone's eyes were wide open. Inside, a long narrow tunnel-like place was visible. The walls were completely flat as if they were made by humans. And the most surprising thing was that there were wooden support beams installed at some places inside the tunnel, that too with an old-fashioned design. Now the team was completely convinced that this was not a natural formation but a secret tunnel built by humans. The question was, where does this tunnel go? And is there a room behind it? a vault or any other structure. The tunnel was so narrow that no human could enter it right now. But the camera went quite far and a place was seen there which was slightly open like a room exactly like the one described in Treasure Stories. But the story does not end here. When the team started looking carefully at the walls and the surface around that tunnel, another big revelation was made. Some strange marks were seen on the surface of the stones. At first, it seemed that these might be the marks of digging tools. But on looking carefully, it was understood that this was some old-fashioned carving. Some marks looked like crosses, very old-style crosses, which are often seen in stories related to Templar knights. One corner also looked like it had some script engraved on it, some language that wasn't English, maybe Latin or a secret code. The team immediately took photos of the markings and sent them to an expert who was an expert in reading ancient signs and scripts. He said that they looked like Templar symbols and might point to a specific direction or place. It was no longer just a matter of digging. It was a matter of finding a historical clue, a clue that had been buried in the soil for hundreds of years. And as the digging deepened, many pieces of old rotten wood emerged from the ground. Some pieces looked like they had been part of a door or a staircase, while others were straight beams or support poles. One of the pieces of wood also had charred edges. It looked as if a fire or torch had been used there at some point. Now think, if there was a need to light a fire underneath, then humans must have been there. Rick himself said at one point, all the things we saw today cannot be a natural combination. Someone has built all this here with a lot of planning for some purpose. And to be honest, it was now becoming clear that this structure of Oak Island is not just stone and soil. It is the key to a very big mystery. The team was now racking their brains. Does this chamber lead to the treasure of the Templar Knights? Is this the vault of some old secret society? And is there a map or code in the symbols made on the walls that will help reach that vault? So many links were starting to come together. And now the mystery of Oak Island started to seem deeper and more dangerous than ever. As the excavations deepened, the team realized that this place was no ordinary structure. The walls, tunnels, and rooms that had been found so far were not just hidden. They were deliberately hidden. Each stone was placed in a special way. The soil on top was also different, as if it had been brought from outside and laid so that what was below could not be seen. This was not a sudden pit or a natural cave. This was a planned, thoughtfully designed place, and its purpose was one, to hide. When the team looked at the stitching of the stones between the walls, a special kind of engineering was visible in it. The joints of the stones were so precise that neither air nor water could pass between them. And this is a big thing in an area surrounded by water like Oak Island. Then the wooden beams found around the tunnel were proof that someone had planned to keep this structure strong. On top of that, some parts also contained materials that were from outside the island, like coconut fibers, which are not found in Canada. This clearly meant that someone had brought materials from outside to make it a secret. Now think, no one would go to such lengths for no reason. There must have been a reason, either to hide something very valuable or to bury a secret forever. One of the team members even said this place is not just hidden. It was hidden by someone, and the two by people who thought from every angle. When all this was revealed to Rick and Rick Lagina, their reaction was worth seeing. Marty, who always thinks a little practical, was silent this time. He kept looking at the wall and then said, "I have never seen anything like this in my life. If this is true, then this is bigger than all our exploration missions so far." Rick, who always gets a little emotional, had a strange glow on his face. He did not say anything for a long time, just kept staring at that wall as if he was reading it. Then Rick said in front of the camera, "We have been digging here for years. We used to find something or the other every time, but what we have found this time, it is not just a discovery, it is the answer. It seems as if we are uncovering that part of a story which was always kept hidden." There was a different tone in his voice, as if he was convinced that now the truth is not far away. Other members of the team also gave their reactions. Jack Bigley, who looks at every little thing carefully, said, "This is the most solid structure ever. There was someone who built it and hid it, and we are uncovering his story." Garrett Rayton, who is a metal detector expert, also believed that something very big is hidden under this place. Maybe not a treasure, than some historical document or secret information. Marty said something else that was very profound. Oak Island always tests us. Every time we think we are close, it reveals another layer. But this time, it feels like we have finally got hold of the key to the safe that has been holding us back till now. The sparkle in the team's eyes was not just of discovery. It was of the suspense that was about to unfold. Until now everything was just speculation, theories, but this time what was in front of us, it was concrete, palpable, and it was saying to itself that yes, there is something here and that something is very special. Now the biggest question in front of the Oak Island team was, will they be able to open this secret path? Is what they have discovered just the beginning, or is the real treasure waiting behind it? Whatever it is, one thing was clear. Rick and Marty's biggest discovery till date was in front of them, and they themselves were surprised that they had actually seen something that was only in books and stories till now. As new clues started emerging in the excavations, old theories about Oak Islands started to revive. The first and most powerful theory is that of the Templar Knights. Many people believe that around 1300, when the Templar Knights were abolished in Europe, they hid their treasure and documents somewhere. Now the question arises, is Oak Island the same place? The structure that has been found, the way it is built, the precision in its design and structure does not seem to be from any ordinary time. And then the cross-like symbols found on the walls also match the Templar symbols. The Templar Knights did not just have wealth, they also had secrets, religious, political, and scientific. Some people believe that they had parts of the Bible that were suppressed by the church. If this is indeed their secret vault, then not only treasure, but documents that can change history can also be found. The second big theory is that of the Freemasons. This is also a secret society whose roots are hundreds of years old. Freemasons have always hidden their heritage through secret tunnels, symbols, and special places. The coded stone slab found in the excavation of Oak Island and the Latin-like script that has been found now also strengthens this theory. Some historians even say that Freemasons and Templars were somehow connected to each other. Oak Island may have been a joint planning of these two secret societies. Amidst so many theories, now only one question is going around in the minds of the audience. Are we really revealing the centuries-old security technology of a secret society? And if yes, then what were they hiding? Wealth, weapons, or any such truth that revealing it could pose a threat to the world. But amidst all this, there is one more thing that makes Oak Island even more scary: the curse of this place. For years, a story has been going around that the treasure of Oak Island will not be found until 7 people lose their lives here. So far, 6 people have died during the excavation. And this time, when a new structure has been found, some people have started to feel that maybe the end has come. People may consider this theory to be a rumor, but some members of the team take it very seriously. Rick Lagina has said many times on camera that he does not believe in such stories. But when something happens again and again, then a person is forced to think. And Marty has also joked many times that if the 7th death is needed, then we will all work wearing helmets. In fact, the atmosphere of fear deepens when some strange events start happening during the excavation. Sometimes the machine stops automatically. Sometimes the camera feed suddenly disappears, and sometimes the team members hear strange sounds from below as if someone is knocking from below. Some people say that all this is just a coincidence. But the atmosphere of Oak Island is such that every small thing there becomes a mystery. Now that the excavation has reached the point where the inner tunnel is about to open, the question arises, was this place intentionally closed so that no one comes near it? And is this curse pointing towards some truth? From history to mystery, from religion to fear, Oak Island has everything together. And when you connect all these links, it starts to seem that there is something here that the world has not been allowed to know. Perhaps because the truth is too big. So now the Lagina brothers and their team have 2 choices. Either they stop the excavation and leave this mystery there, or they open that last door as well. Whether behind it there is truth, treasure, or death. Now that such a big discovery has been made at Oak Island, a strong stone wall, mysterious tunnels, old signs, and wooden remains. The next question rises. What is the team going to do now? Will the excavation stop here, or will it go further? For Rick and Marty, this is no longer just an excavation. It has become a mission that they have to complete at all costs. And that, too, when all the hard work so far seems to be paying off. For now, the team has stopped its excavation for some time so that all the samples and evidence can be properly examined. Many pieces of soil and wood have been sent to the lab for carbon dating so that it can be known how old they actually are. Apart from this, some experts have been called for the coded signs that have been found, who are experts in reading ancient languages and signs. The team is now fully planning how to send humans into that tunnel without any danger, because some parts there are still very delicate. The most interesting thing is that this time the government is also showing interest in this discovery. The local authorities have increased the security of the excavation, and it is being said that the Canadian federal team can also send some experts so that this place can be given the status of an official historic site. If this happens, then the excavation will reach a new level where not only the discovery will be made, but there will also be full preparation to present that discovery to the world. Now, let's talk about the most important part, the closing hook. That is the line that keeps ringing in your heart and mind like bells. So, listen, brother. What has been found this time in Oak Island is not just a clue. It is a door. A path that was probably closed for centuries, and now for the first time someone has seen a glimpse of it. If this path opens, then the truth that will come out behind it can change the thinking of the whole world. This is not just about treasure. This can be the beginning of rewriting history. Now think what we have seen till now, that was just the trailer. The real movie is yet to come, because what is behind that tunnel? What is hidden inside that vault? And what was the motive of the people who built it? All these questions are still incomplete. And if you too are interested in these mysteries, these theories and these secret discoveries like me, then do one thing. Subscribe to the channel so that every small and big update of the next excavation reaches you first. Because brother, what comes out next time may not be just an answer. It can be a shock for the whole